Good evening, good evening, good evening. I am, as you can tell by the single monolingual greeting this evening, I'm in England today, so I don't feel obliged to do the Welsh greeting as well. Not that there's anything wrong with the Welsh greeting, I just tend to only do the bilingual when I'm in Wales, as is honourable. Similarly, if I was in Canada, I would doubtless try and introduce myself in French as well. Though in fairness, it seems unlikely I'm going to go to Canada anytime soon. But there you go, maybe, who never knows. So here we are. The purpose of this video, well, there's always a vague purpose to my videos in my head when I start them. And this one is basically, all came about because I was driving home one day and my son was playing on the game. My son picked up my phone and he went, "Daddy, you're why are you the Alliance leader?" And I was like, "I'm not the Alliance leader." And he went, "Yes, you are." And I was like, "What?" And then I looked when I got home, and sure enough, here I am. I am currently the Alliance leader, so I'm in charge. Oh, dearie me. Anyway, now people who've been following the other videos may have some idea why I'm in charge, and it's not an entirely happy set of circumstances, but let's make the most of it whilst I'm here to do a video to talk a little bit about running an alliance, because it is an art form which I am uniquely unqualified for, and will be quite glad to hand back to Juxtaposed Camel when he returns. Anyway, so here we have the alliance. So setting up an alliance is incredibly easy. So if you ever wanted to set up an alliance, all you have to do is leave the alliance you're in, which I'm not going to do now, and then you go into alliances and you can select to start a new alliance, and it costs you 50 gold. So it's very, very, very cheap to join the alliance. When you go into the alliance, then you get to start off with, it's just you. You can see we've got 29 members, but when you start, it would just be you. So it's very hard work to recruit people. So, you know, that's hard work in itself. That's probably the only element of being an alliance leader I'm reasonably good at, is recruitment. I do quite often manage to get some sort of reasonable shenanigans going on with that. So that is my only strength, really. When you're the alliance leader, you know, you've got a lot of jobs. You've got to manage the players, try and keep them happy, which is obviously tricky because they're all here as voluntarily. They could all leave if they don't like it and whatever else have you. So you've got to keep them happy. You have to make sure they're active. But it's striking that sort of happy balance between keeping them active and making them do exactly what you want to do all the time. You get to choose your alliance name. So as you can see, every alliance has got its own alliance name. So this one, if I wanted to change it, I could go into the little thing. You can choose any alliance name you want. So I might go for Farmer Ben YouTube. There we go. So I can do that. I can save it. I don't quite know how long it will take for that to come in. I can change the number of required trophies. So I could say required trophies, I could put it up to 4,000. And I could change the alliance language. At the moment we're setting Korean. There is a little trick with that, which I'm not sure if I should be telling you, but basically if you I won't go into that one because I might get in trouble. Having already been banned once, I'm going to leave that. So I could set it as English, or I could set it as German. So I could go into German and say Guten Abend, meine Freunde. No, trouble is, default my spell check's in English. Meine Freunde, like that. I could do that one. Or I could do, what else could I do? Oh, hang on, let's go back in. I could change the alliance language again. Let's mix it up a little bit. Let's go with French. So I could change the alliance to French if you're, and I could say bonsoir mes amis. Hang on, no, not Mia. Mes amis. So I can have a bit. So I can say that. There we go. Or we could leave it as what it was on, which was Korean I won't tell, like I say, I won't say why it's Korean. There is a reason it's not English, and I'll leave that up to people to try and guess for themselves. But I'm sure we can all have a go at guessing what that one might be. So there we are. So that's so I can change that. You can change your alliance name, and you can do that. You do need to keep an eye on who's doing what, and this is where I'm really, really rubbish, and why I would make a terrible alliance leader is that I don't really watch closely what people have done. So obviously you've got your war machines and whatever else have you. So if you're the alliance leader, you need to keep a bit of an eye on who's hitting the war machines and who isn't. So for this war machine, I could go into it and I can have a look down the list, and I can see that we've got one player, Juxtaposed County, obviously, as I've mentioned, is not playing at the moment for reasons which I'm not happy about, but there we are. Everybody else has hit the war machine, and I can go, yeah, there we are. Nobody's missed the war machine. That's great. You need to then check that, though, like every war machine, and that's something I'm rubbish at. I mean, literally, people say to me, oh, so-and-so's missed the last 25 war machines, and I'll be like, really? Oh, I hadn't noticed. Because I don't pay attention to this kind of stuff. This is an area of the game I'm rubbish at, and why I should not be in charge. You know, it's that simple. I don't pay close attention. My mind wanders off onto other things all the time, like, oh, there's a squirrel. Oh, look at that. So yeah, so that's one thing you got to keep an eye on. You've also got to keep an eye on the wars. So I can see in our next war we have got war machine destroyers. So if I could, oh, Shiva's come on, so I could say, hi Shiva, I'm just being silly on YouTube. So you can talk to the other people in your alliance and let them know what's going on. Obviously, you could. So that's an advantage of not being in alliance as well. You get to know people a little bit, and you can talk to them a little bit more. So I could go into. So we are facing war machine destroyers, as you could see here. So if I was feeling a little bit silly, and let's be honest, I am feeling a little bit silly some of the time. Let me just see. They had a goat and a green funny shaped shield. I'm going to call it a funny shaped shield. So I could go into our alliance and I could go. Let's say Farmer Ben YouTube's a very silly name for an alliance. So let's call it War Machine Destroyers. So I could call our alliance War Machine Destroyers. I could go for, let's look at the colours. I could go for, nice dark green there, and a nice sort of greeny here. And then I could go for, let's see, could have a cowboy hat, a gun, various bits and pieces, cats. There we are. Let's say that I went for a sort of devil's skull, and I went for no. Let's see that one. No. That one possibly. So let's say I went for that. It won't let me do it because the name I've taken is already taken. How rude. So in which case, I might, if I'm feeling particularly fruity, I might go for the real war machine. Don't know if I'll have room for this. Damn it. Not going to fit. Real war machine. Destroy. It doesn't fit. Darn. So I can't actually directly duplicate them. So what I might have to do, actually, I'm going to have to come out of this altogether for a second because I've forgotten what their banner looks like. Let's see. Oh no, hang on. Alliance. So I can click on war. Theirs is. It's not stripy. Not stripy. Dark green one side, paler green the other. So let's try that again. So if I was to go into this, I could go for. I think it was that one. I think it's that shape. See, this is what I'm talking about. Me not being very good at paying attention to things. So I could go for. It was dark green, light green. No, dark green. Sure, they had a darker green. Oh, there we are. It's come out as darker green. Oh, yeah, that's right. It is a darker green. And then we could go for Bump. And then, because I believe when it says that the name is taken, what you can do is just go with the very close thing. So I just put full stop on the end. There we are. And now, when we go into war, yes, nearly, that's close enough. I'm happy with that. That'll do for now. Oh dear, sorry. I'm going to leave that for now. See how long it takes anyone to notice. I think that. Anyway, see, this is why I should never be left in charge of anything. Never ever put Farmer Ben in charge of anything. It's like, I could come up here. Let's see. Oh, hang on, I need to go back to the main Alliance screen. See, I think it's the members screen, isn't it? There we go. So I could also put. Now I'm going to just select all, copy, and I could get rid of all of this. Watch Farmer Ben on YouTube. Remember to like and subscribe. There we are, perfect. I think our alliance is now set. I think our alliance is ready for the next war. There. So anyway, yeah, so you can be very silly as an alliance leader, but obviously if I was doing this all the time, I would almost invariably drive everyone away, because they would get very fed up with all the silliness, and this is why I should never be left in charge. But Juxtaposed Camel doesn't do this kind of thing. He keeps running the alliance very, very sensibly, very, very seriously, make sure that everything is properly managed and everything else, and that no silliness like I am doing now takes part, because ultimately some players like the kind of crazy silliness, but a lot of people would find it very frustrating, because they can play it quite seriously. You've got, let's see, so what have we done? We've done the creating alliance was 50 gold. You set up the name, you set up the badge, language, you type in a description. Most people, if you want to do it, you want to put a description that's going to try and encourage people to join you, but bear in mind that unless you're kind of a known player, like one who's won something or is on a lot, recruitment is very, very hard work, and that's why I would generally recommend look for an established alliance unless you're absolutely determined to set one up on your own. And even if you are determined to do that, I would say get yourself known first to get a bit of a reputation, and then set up a new alliance. The invite only bit where it says the type, you can do it invite only or you can do it open. Invite only, I always say this, is really, really, really badly worded. Realistically, it should say by request, because a lot of people get thrown and they come onto the game and they go, I want to join an alliance. They're invite only, but I don't know anybody in that alliance who's going to invite me, so I'm going to look somewhere else. Whereas actually what it means is by request. You just have to press on the alliance and say, please, can I join? So there we go. But that's something. Let's just quickly see. So I contacted people in my alliance. Do you like the new look alliance profile and description? Okay, so I can do that. There we go. So that is, basically that's the main fundamentals of having an alliance. You can set how many trophies you require to join. Because it's in the season cooldown on the alliance, the raid thing, it's going to be a little bit different. So at the moment, it's everybody's set at 1200. So it's a weird time to be recruiting as well, because we've got players with a lot of trophies. We've got Big Nasty, who I do want to say a big shout out to Big Nasty, who came first on the last raiding tournament. He was first. I can show everyone that as well. I was 90th, which I was pleased with that. 90th is 90th. I was very pleased. There's Big Nasty, first at the top there. Excellent score, 2583. Did really, really, really well. and he is the co-lead. So I think it was actually him who made me lead, which is really strange. So it's a really bad decision on his part. But then again, he's obviously a good player. He just obviously poor judge of character. Anyway, so there we are. So that's the fun and shenanigans that you can have being the Alliance lead. What I will do is, before I do anything else, actually, I can remember how to reset the Alliance name and description and everything else. But before I forget, I'm going to just change the title back. Oh, what special ops are up? Find recruits. Oh, I've done that. Not very exciting. So let's see, go back into Alliance, and I can go to the settings, and I'm just going to put... So just before I forget, paste that one back in there. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we are. And no, you're supposed to have updated. Why have you not updated? No, no. No! No. There we are. Phew! I thought I was going to get in real trouble then because I couldn't remember what I had to delete and replace. I'm just going to screenshot that just in case things go wrong again. Anyway, I might change it back and leave it like that overnight and see how crazy and angry people are at me in the morning. Anyway, so this is why you don't leave me in charge, and I would never ever join an alliance that I am in charge of. But that said, Elite Strike Force, which is this alliance, I am normally not in charge, and I would thoroughly recommend joining this alliance. It's a good, fun alliance. That said, we've got 29 members at the moment, and we're not really recruiting, but you never know. Anyway. So it just remains for me to say thank you very much for watching. As I put on the Alliance description, please remember to like, share, comment and subscribe. Take care of yourselves, and may death come swiftly to your enemies. This is Farmer Ben wishing you all the best. Good night.